Gamers across the world are upset regarding new news about Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and the question is, are they justified? So Activision recently released the Black Ops 4 multiplayer trailer in tandem with news that the game will not feature a single-player campaign, but will also replace it with a Battle Royale mode called Blackout. Substituting another multiplayer mode for a single-player mode is a recipe that not everyone's gonna gel with. Fans of shooting game campaigns get the back end of the beatstick here, and for what reason? Reasons of money. That is especially true when you consider that this multiplayer mode is most certainly the flavor of the month. I'm a gamer just like you guys, and there's certain things I want in a Call of Duty game, the least of which is a high production value campaign, because without it, I feel like I will be getting an incomplete video game. The great video game franchises of the past are based on precedent, on delivering what gamers have come to expect from what you've already delivered as a franchise. The campaign is something that is sacred in the shooting game industry, and it shouldn't be cut out of the package simply because it's looked down on by the bigwigs over at Activision. I love my shooting games, but I'm also under the realization that those holding interest in Activision are making headway in dicing up their games to make a few more cents on the dollar. I don't mind Battle Royale modes in a Call of Duty game. In fact, I actually think it's a pretty great idea. If it was put in addition to what gamers already wanted, competitive multiplayer, zombies, and of course, that campaign. I've spent a long time playing PUBG and Fortnite, and I'm honestly looking forward to seeing if COD can actually take this classic formula and spruce it up with that AAA feel, add in some new features, throw on those bells and whistles, and crank out an industry-leading Battle Royale mode. But it seems like the introduction of such is for all the wrong reasons, doesn't it? Why take out a mode that people have come to love simply to cram something else entirely instead in its place? Sure, the campaign for COD games isn't loved by everyone, but for a lot of people it's our preferred way to play the game, so why can't we have both? The only hope right now rests in the inclusion of specialist stories, but far from a campaign, these will be your standard trials and tests kind of levels. It sounds identical to the situations from Siege, or the kind of tidbits of character storytelling present in Overwatch, and those are quite frankly the farthest things from a single-player campaign. I find it really bizarre also because Black Ops 1 and 2 had really good campaigns, so I find it highly disappointing that there will not be a campaign in the new Black Ops game. There was so much potential to bring an epic story to us, and provide some vindication for the crappy campaign of Black Ops 3. Guys, this is a simple exercise in not meeting customers halfway, us, and not meeting our expectations, especially loyal fans who have stuck with the franchise amidst the years of constant belittling of their franchise from the industry. Call of Duty was once a household name and a franchise associated with quality. Years went by of fantastic games led by groundbreaking gameplay and innovation. Multiplayer was an absolute blast, and some of the campaigns were so great. These high production value campaigns added some value to the package, and of course the campaign template was copied to the moon and back for a reason, because it was exciting and it worked. You cannot simply throw it out in favor of something else, much less to the disdain of your loyal fans. It's like ripping Conquest out of the next Battlefield game and trying to justify it by saying, it's okay, we're gonna add campaign co-op. But that's not all the reasons why people are mad. People are also pissed because the game is looking to bring back features that many longtime players aren't too keen on, especially after Activision has stood on stage during the reveal saying that they would not be there. You've got all these speed abilities and grappling hooks and giant ground pounds. I mean, is this Overwatch or Call of Duty here? Many serious COD fans throughout the years lament the additions of wall running, special abilities, custom class abilities, and anything that throws off the balance of competitive play, especially when those features are done much better by games like Titanfall and Overwatch. So can you blame people for being mad looking at the trailers? Many people have given up hope that Black Ops 4 will be the next true and proud Call of Duty game, that the franchise is going down a deep, dark rabbit hole looking how not to make their games better but more profitable. The final concern eating away at fans is the fact that Black Ops 4 is looking really similar to Black Ops 3. Taking a look at the implementation of the gameplay and the way movements and abilities are being handled, I can't disagree with that statement. Black Ops 4 is simply looking like a jacked up, amped up version of what people have already played, and if that is true, that's unfortunate. So what we have here is a game that is ditching single player and rehashing its multiplayer, and then cashing in on the flavor of the month. So if the Battle Royale components isn't the world's best PvP experience, I'm not sure what fans are gonna say when the final game releases. The question remains, does Black Ops 4 warrant a $60 price tag now that it has been sliced open and redressed in a new outfit? I would say that the removal of single-player campaign has no bearing on whether the game should be charging $60. It should be on how much quality content is provided. And you know what? The single-player campaign does count for quite a bit of that, even though it may only be 10 hours. But it's 10 hours of potentially more diverse content than 10 hours of multiplayer content, which quite often ends up being very samey. You can't compare your time in a single-player campaign to your time in multiplayer because they award different experiences. So does it matter that the single-player campaign is being removed and the price tag staying the same? That's up for debate, but I might say yes, unless of course the Battle Royale mode does something truly mind-blowing, but who really knows? So are players justified in worrying about Black Ops 4 even though there's not a huge amount of information out there right now? But what is out there is a big deal, and who knows if it will pay off in the end for Activision. All I know is that a campaign would have been really nice, a nice cherry on top to the Call of Duty Sunday to be released at launch. And if the concern was that the single-player campaign was getting in the way of the Battle Royale mode, why not just add it in later? Why not just add the Battle Royale mode, Blackout, in after the game releases, as some sort of patch, as some sort of add-on, maybe a pre-order bonus, maybe a season pass thing, anything to get the single-player campaign in at launch. They could have even made money on this if you really think about it. You know, a game is always going to be supported by consumers if what they received in the first place was good and finished, right? If extra content is provided to players for a small fee after the launch of the game, people have no problem paying for that if they feel good about the initial purchase. That way, we could have had a fully featured Call of Duty game with a single-player campaign at launch, and then a few weeks later or a few months later, we could have had the introduction of Blackout, and they could have actually made some more money on it, and people would have felt good about it if the game was good in the first place. So it's a win-win for everyone. Gamers get all the features, they get some extra cash, why not? People are willing to pay for what they feel good about buying, and they're going to feel good about buying it if they feel respected as a consumer and they have been delivered a good product in the first place. And this would have also cured the idea that if you didn't want to play Blackout, you didn't have to. You just bought the full game, you enjoyed the multiplayer, you enjoyed the campaign, and then you moved on. But for everyone else who wants to go jump into that Battle Royale mode, you pay a couple extra bucks and then boom, you got it. Of course, I'm not advocating for us to pay more for another mode. This is just the next best alternative for us not to receive all modes at launch. So is Black Ops 4 looking to be a step backwards in time with its focus on specialists, samey-style multiplayer gameplay, no single-player campaign, and the inclusion of a BR mode? It's my hope that the yearly mediocre Call of Duty game just goes away, that Activision really puts its heart and soul into every game it develops. It's time for these games to start getting better, and I don't think you're going to win over loyal fans by doing the things that they are doing today with Call of Duty Black Ops 4, at least so far. I don't want to see it become the norm that Battlefield puts Call of Duty to shame every year, yet Call of Duty sells more than Battlefield every year. This entire essay, though, is not saying that gamers are mad because they're introducing Blackout mode. We just want a complete package, based off of what we believe Call of Duty is best at. So is Call of Duty facing an identity crisis, pursuing the wrong outlets for making money, or doing the right thing with Black Ops 4? You guys let me know down below in the comment section. And thank you very much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Peace, love, and happiness. Until then, you take care.